What's up, YouTube TaleSpire fans? We're here with another edition of the TaleSpire beta. Just want to give a quick shout out to all my new subscribers. We're up to 10 people. Awesome! I've had this channel for a long time and I wasn't sure what to do with it, but apparently a lot of people like this beta building that I'm doing, so we're going to go with it. So we're going to continue on our Mines of Phandelver build here. The second encounter of the Lost Mine of Phandelver is the Goblin Arrows, what's it called? Little path that they're going to take called the Goblin Trail. So this is the map that we built for our Goblin ambush. The next thing that we're going to do is build a Goblin Trail. So let's create a new board here. And I'm really excited about this. I've already pre-built this, so I know what I'm doing to begin with. So we're going to go into build mode here. And let's grab nature and tilled earth because I like tilled earth. And we're going to do a 14 by 14. So we're just going to drag 14 by 16? No, 28 by 28. Sorry, it's 14 tiles. So each tile is 4, 28 by 28. And we're going to build this up 3 levels. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Next, before we put down anything onto our Goblin Trail, we're going to want to add a layer of grass. We'll do lush grass here. And now let's carve a path for our players to go on. And this is going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 5. My bad. Sorry. All right. And then we're going to go 1 over and 1 up and 1 over and 3 up. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 over. And then we're going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over 2, and then up 3, and then over 1, and then we're going to go up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a picture on my other screen here to help me. That way we can kind of get through this build a little bit faster than what I normally do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, then we're going to go up 1. And then we're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up. Okay, so here is our Goblin Trail. Now, what I thought would be cool is if there was like dimensions to this. So all the way to here is going to be this flatland, or it's going to be this one level, but then here it's going to go down a level. To give it, again, to give it just some dimension, to give it a little bit of variability. And we're going to have that go down till about right here, and then it'll go back up. All right, so this is our base. So I know this is going to sound weird, but we're actually going to take this down another level. And so we're going to go down basically, whoops, just lost my base level there. We're going to go down 2 levels at our lowest point, 1 level at our highest point. Let's get back up here. And there we go. So let's throw down our grassy road and go up to here. Turn, 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 turn. Grass road. Another 90-degree angle there. We'll throw down grass road here. Another 90-degree angle there. Flip it. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button because I play video games, and so my controls a little wonky for me. Go up here, and then here, up to here. Flip it over to here. Turn, turn. And the final turn, turn. Cool. All right, now we need our 90-degree angle here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There, there, there. Oh, I forgot one more grassy road right there. All right, cool. So what we've got is our grass roads, and then over here you can see that it goes down, comes around, and then it goes back up. Awesome. So I think before we build out all of our terrain pieces, I want to build out this pathway here. So in order to make this pathway kind of interesting, we're going to go into our props department, and let's go ahead and throw down some crates. We're going to make it look like a wagon came through here and kind of got, like, I don't know, ambushed, right? Throw down some crates there. And we're going to throw down some broken pieces of wood, like something got broken here. And I did throw down a pile of dirt. So we're looking for a pile of dirt. Is that what it's called? Maybe dirt pile. Dark crates. Dirt pile. And in the dark this kind of looks cool, but I know in the light we're going to change the atmosphere as well. So then we want that wooden cart. We're going to put that right there. And papers kind of give it a cool little flair of things being scattered about. And a broken basket, dark broken barrel basket. Not that one. Yeah, that one. That one's good. And then, like, I'm gonna make this a little darker, so I want to put down a light source here. And what I chose was this small lantern. And this looks really cool once you set everything a little darker. Now, I'm going to also put a dead tree. We'll get to that. We'll put the dead tree down when we get to the terrain features. So the first thing that they come across, there's two traps, right? A snare and a pit. So I thought, what would be cool for a pit? Looking at the assets that we have, and what I chose for our pit was these roots. And what's cool about these roots is you can kind of set these roots up stacked on top of each other like this. And you know, you've seen in those old movies where they've got like a pit that, you know, is covered with leaves and stuff like that. So I put this here, and this is my pit. And I'm also going to put some like additional roots out here, just so that it doesn't look completely out of place. And let's, you know, and so when the players come across this, they're gonna be like, oh, it's like just a bunch of roots and stuff. And then when they get right over that, you can have them roll a check to see if they notice the pit. And if they don't, then they fall in. So, you know, then we're going to come across here. And I found this, I want to give this as much like variability. I want to give it as much like style and flair and like items in here as possible without being burdensome. So I came to Castle Ruins and I found, was it Castle Ruins? Maybe it wasn't Castle Ruins. There's like wooden, where is it? There's this little wooden broken thing. Hatches, foam, dungeons. Is it in Dungeons? No. I'm pretty sure that it was in Castle Ruins. An update came out for this. Oh, here we go. Castle Ruins wood. So, just this weird, like, planks sticking out here. And then for fun, I also found hatches, doors, under doors. And I was gonna, nope, not under doors. Hatches, here we go. It's under hatches, duh. And I figured that this would be like a cool sort of like search treasure feature. And what's really cool about these is, let's exit build mode. When you find these, they're animated. How cool is that? That's super cool. So when your players come across this, they can do like a little search and maybe find something in there. So I like that. Next, we want to set up our snare. So we're going to set up our snare right here in this section. We're going to put down a skeleton. And I believe the skeleton is under props. Or bones. Is it bones? Bone pile. There we go. That's ominous looking. And we'll scatter some more papers here. Papers 1. All right, we'll leave like a little, so this looks like a little journal with a scroll, and I thought that was cool looking. And we'll throw down some rubble, which, if I'm not mistaken, rubble is under nature. Yeah. So we have to go back up. Well, since we're here, let's throw down a cheese wheel. And that's going to be our snare. So, you know, they're going to find that, maybe investigate it, and then you can roll, and that'll be the snare for them. What did I want? Rubble. So we're going to go to nature and scroll down to rubble. And let's put some rubble right there. And let's, you know, I don't have this on my main one, but we'll throw some there too, and say the path is blocked right here, so they have to go past this cheese wheel. Now up here, that's pretty much it. I mean, this isn't like a long encounter or anything. So I threw down some more another wood pile here, and then the rest of the trail is pretty much clear. So that's our Goblin Trail. Let's go ahead and name our board the Goblin Trail. And let's fill in all of this. Let's fill in all this, right? Because it kind of looks barren. So we're going to go to nature. And we're going to grab our bushes. Again, right now we're in beta, so there's not a whole lot of assets, but we'll get more assets as the game progresses. And in this section, I'm just going to throw in a bunch of bushes. And what this is also going to do is elevate the terrain features so that down here in the trail, it's actually even like lower. And I like that idea. And then we'll bring some out like this and fill in these. Flip this to give it some variability. Essentially what I did the first time that I built this was I put bushes around the entire edge of this trail, and so that worked out really well. Yeah, I know this part's kind of tedious. I try to switch up the direction of where, oops, look at that one I put on top of it. I tried to switch up how I put down these bushes just to try to break up the monotony of the tile set. So I didn't want to put all of my bushes facing the same direction. So you'll see me kind of see how this one is offset here, and then up, you know, you guys see that, you know what I'm saying. You're here for the build, so we're gonna build and try to talk less. Oh, actually, what I did here, talking about trying to break things up, and then I didn't break it up right there. Boom, just like that. And yeah, so then we're going to put 2 here, and then we're going to put 1 offset, put our bushes down here, put another offset here, put some more bushes here, being careful not to overlap. Some long bushes here and some there. Alright, so I intentionally left the space not bushed, but everywhere else, except for here and here, covered with bushes. Alright, so let's grab some trees, because we're still in the forest, and I'm just going to grab our regular normal tree. So what I did was, again, I'm going to try to offset these trees. So I put my first layer down, and then I come back, and instead of putting it perfectly square, I've tried to offset it a little bit. Let's see if that worked. No, oh man, they're squared. Last time they were offset when I did that. Can I set down a tree? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So this first row is offset, and the second row, come on, selector killing me here. You can see how I did that, right? Just by 1 in the square and 1 in the middle of the squares. So let's just go ahead and fill in all of the spaces with trees, and we're going to delete some of these trees and put some other stuff in here, but just for like time's sake, I don't want you guys sitting around going, yeah, I got it, trees, in as I'm putting them all in one specific spot. That can't be for good YouTube content. And this is why I left this space open here, so that I could put trees in here. And so as the players are coming in, they have this forest blocking their view from other things, but also keeping it kind of, I don't know, I like it. I think it's cool looking. We'll go ahead and throw some trees down here. Oops, that's definitely not what I wanted. All right, cool. So, I also put some boulders down, these huge boulders. I like these. And whoops, that's a small one. Oh, maybe cliff face. Yeah, cliff face. Back here in this section, I actually did not put trees, but I put these cliff faces. That one. I gotta get better at my, like, setting these things down. I don't want them to be facing the same direction. And then we'll throw another one right here. And we'll put a large boulder here. Yeah. You know, it just breaks up the monotony of trees and trees and trees and trees. In fact, on my map, I think I put some large boulders right here and like deleted that tree. All right, this is shaping up pretty good so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's put another large boulder or another cliff face right here with another large boulder. And we'll put some small rocks throughout our trail. Because that grass road, I mean, the grass road's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love the grass road. But if you just have the grass road, oh, look at I put a couple on, put that one on a tree, didn't I? Or a bush. There's nothing to break up that grass road trail, I guess is what I'm saying. It's just the same pattern over and over and over again. And I threw some dead trees on the trail. These skinny, branchy trees. Again, this is like trying to break up the monotony. All right, that's pretty much it. So, you got your pit, you got your snare. What I found indoors that I really liked was to separate the levels. Is you've got this cool portcullis, and it perfectly fits right there. And when your players get to that, guess what? That's the end of the level. So that's cool. And there you have it. There's our map that we can use for the Goblin Trail. Let's go into atmosphere settings. So this little sundial here is the day. So you have midnight, sunrise, noon. So we're going to set this kind of, I don't know, towards the evening-ish, just to give some great shadows. And we're going to move those shadows in a direction so that they're covering the trail. So we're basically moving the sun over to like this position here. And actually, let's go a little darker than that. So that way you can see these cool light effects. So our players should have light sources eventually. And I know that's something that you can do in the GM screen. So our players come through this forest here, maybe interact with some stuff. They see, oh, what's going on here? Maybe this is an old trail that somebody left a barrel here. Maybe, you know, they can read some things about a shipment. Then they come and there's this lantern come around the corner, and there's like this weird root structure thing here. Oh, it's a pit. Oh no. They either get caught or they're able to pass it without a problem. They come down. There's this planked wood thing here, and they come across this hatch, and maybe this is like a mound of, I don't know, a mound of dirt, or, you know, they come across this door. Investigate it. Maybe they're scared to investigate it because of the pit. Who knows? Put some treasure in there. Good times, good times. Come around the corner, and there's a diary of some explorer and this wheel of cheese here. So if they, you know, if they check the wheel of cheese, maybe they can find the snare. If they don't and they just pass it and go right by, maybe they trip the snare. Maybe you do like a check. Who knows? But they have to come across here. Then they get to this wood pile. Look at the grain on this wood. That is amazing. Yeah, I really like even though there's limited assets, I really like the assets. Come across here and they're weary and they're cautious. Maybe just for fun, we'll throw in some more roots here. Just so they're like, oh, I investigate the roots. And this will just be like to throw them off. Yeah, so like roots overgrowing the path here. And they get to the end, and that's it. And that's the level. All right. So in our tools here, we can easily switch between boards. So here's our first board. Here's our heroes. They come across. They get in this encounter. They, you know, and usually if they try to like keep one of the goblins alive, or you know the goblin can tell them about the trail, or if the goblins are all dead, then they can stumble across the trail, or if they don't even want to like follow the trail, they can go right on to Phandelver. So once this map is done, you switch over to this one. Oh, I didn't apply the blasted. Yeah, you got to apply the atmosphere settings. So kind of dusk, move the shadows that way, apply to game board. Also, don't forget about this like ambiance and stuff like that. That'll make things like cool. So it's forest nighttime, and you probably can't hear that because it's in my headphones, but it's like crickets chirping and this wind blowing. So that's cool. And maybe give it some music or not. I don't know. Anyways, so that's it for this edition. Thanks for watching. Hope this inspires you to build your own maps, or, you know, to check out TaleSpire when it comes available for the public. I'm looking forward to eventually playing some games with some people. I've got a D&D group that didn't get a chance to get into this beta, but once it goes public, we're definitely going to be playing on all these boards that I'm making. So have a wonderful day. Bye.